The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is finally here, griffins, gore, Geralt and all. Some of you are seasoned Witcher pros, but some of you might be feeling baffled and intimidated by all the content. Don't worry, we all have to start somewhere, but I'm going to tell you how to get a head start. If you know what you're doing when it comes to RPGs, I shouldn't have to tell you that question marks on a map are your bread and butter. Sure, there's the main quest, and you'll constantly have a big orange blob on your map trying to lure you back into following the story, but what you'll actually want to do is go off the beaten track. There's nothing more satisfying than having a completely filled in map, and finding excellent loot or intriguing mysteries is a bonus. How can anyone see a question mark on the map and not be even a little curious? One of the new things in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is the way guards will react to you. Walk past hostile Nilfgaardian dudes and they'll sneer and jeer at you, but pull out your sword and they're more likely to react with violence. Why not take advantage of this new, more reactive AI and go completely rogue? Step 1 is to save your game before you go messing anything up so you have a nice point to return to where no one thinks you're a lunatic. The second step is to go wild. Set fire to geese, rifle through people's houses, loot like crazy, and make sure no cow walks away with its life intact. You'll inevitably end up fighting a guard, but whether you win or lose, you can just go back to your save point and everything's fine again. No one ever needs to know about your little misadventure. You'll be wanting to get your level up sharpish because quite soon into the game you'll have to fight a griffin. Taking on the griffin at level 1 is not advisable, but grind your way up to level 3 or 4 and above and it'll be much easier. Go out into the wild and fight any ghoul, drowner, wolf and warg you come across and your experience level will rocket. XP can also be earned through side quests, certain dialogue and by finding points of power which you'll come across while exploring. Essentially, get out there and punch and steal everything you can find. It's not a decent open world RPG without a good old-fashioned minigame. Fallout, Red Dead Redemption, Bioshock and Fable all have them, and now The Witcher has expanded from fist fighting, arm wrestling and the confusing and difficult dice poker game into cards with its new minigame Gwent. Gwent is, well, it's not tough exactly, but I'm really not very good at it. It involves tactical forward thinking and a large deck of cards which can be found throughout the shops and loot chests of the land, as well as by beating others. And how will you do that? By learning the basics in the pub at the start of the game. You won't regret it. One of the most important but often overlooked things in the first few hours of RPGs is inventory management. The system in The Witcher 3 has been overhauled, simplified and streamlined, so it's much easier to learn and understand, but you should still open it up and find out how it all works and fits together. You've got several tabs that give you the options of crafting, alchemy, inventory and your equipped items, and you should always make sure that you're dressed and prepared for the occasion by comparing your kit. A powerful sword, tough armor and an arsenal of helpful potions can do much more for you at this stage than pure bravado. As the scouts would say, be prepared. I'm not going to tell you to go into populated towns and steal everything, but I am going to tell you to make sure you're using your Witcher sense to find loot and chests as you travel around. Underwater, on top of hills, hidden in crypts, it won't always be immediately obvious to you, but your Witcher sense, triggered with LT, will highlight these objects in orange. Some of the best loot you can find early in the game is found this way, and don't be afraid to take little diversions into the wilderness, because you never know where you might find a corpse with a badass sword. So those are my tips for your first few hours in The Witcher 3, and it's done me good so far. Like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see us do in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Bye!